Hello, hello everyone. Today's day 18 of the 21 days for cultivating a connection with your inner spirit. And some of you have maybe heard the term, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. And even though I believe that, when you're in the midst of your human experience, sometimes that can be like, oh God, I don't even want to hear that at all whatsoever. It just, makes my skin crawl or something like that. So it's just to honor, sorry, I have to move something. Just to honor where you're at exactly right now. I think if there's anything with all of this that I think is the most important, it's the honoring of your current state of affairs. And I think people get really uncomfortable with you being in a place that's different from them. Sorry, suddenly I have the hiccups. And I would say it this way. People are uncomfortable if something's not really settled within themselves. If people have stuff settled within themselves and you're really struggling to find your way to spirit, God, or whatever, and they're cool with themselves, they don't care. They're just there to support and help you in whatever way they possibly can, and just be that voice of support. So it's always good to remember, if you feel pushed in any way by someone, or someone's trying to tell you, hey, do this and this is the way. There's nothing wrong with people giving you suggestions or things that people have found helpful for them. But when you say you're over here and someone's over here and they're trying to show you how to get over here, it's just not going to work. So, and learning to honor yourself is its own journey. To be like, well, thanks for sharing, but it's just, I'm just not there right now. So, so let's go to the karate chop. Even though I've heard this, or maybe I haven't heard it, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. But I feel so deeply entrenched in my very human experience. I choose to acknowledge this truth right now. Even though I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, that doesn't actually feel true to me. What if I could just honor this is where I'm at right now? Even though I've heard this said, or maybe I haven't, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. But it sure just feels like I'm really human. And I just want to acknowledge that now. Go to the eyebrow. I feel so deeply entrenched in a very human experience. So when I hear that, it might not ring true for me at all yet. And what if the best place to start is to meet myself exactly where I'm at? I feel entrenched in my humanity. And trying to think of myself as a spiritual being, not really working for me right now. And what if that's totally okay? What if that's the place to begin? As I'm not there yet. Doesn't really make sense to me. Doesn't really feel true for me yet. So what if I can just honor where I'm at in my human experience? It feels like this is all there is. I might have moments of intuitive thought, or moments when I feel the presence and power of something greater than my very human self. But it makes sense that this is hard for me, because I live in a culture that is so utterly entrenched in humanity and the ego part of all that. So trying to say I'm a spiritual being, having a human experience, when all I seem to experience is my humanity, what if I can just make it totally okay that I'm not there yet? Maybe I never will be. But maybe by allowing myself the self-care to just acknowledge where I'm at right now, what if that softens any resistance and again creates the opening for something amazing to come through me? Even if I don't believe it yet. And one step at a time, one moment at a time, one thought at a time, one human experience at a time, I can eke my way towards the opening to see more of that spiritual self within me. And take a breath. And I just always go back to this: acceptance, 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 acceptance. And I think if nothing else, that's what so many of us are here being taught, is self-acceptance of exactly where I'm at. I'm not there. I don't need to be there. I just need to honor where I'm at. And we live in a culture that pushes and pushes and pushes for things to be different, and is truly so based in the ego consciousness that it's really hard to unhook from that. And I always say this, it's a detoxification process to unhook from that. So I hope you found this helpful, and see you back here tomorrow for day 19. That's it. Bye for now.